What is up? Celebrate your success, crew. It is the new you and it's a new day and we have a new message for you. And I'm excited. I'm grateful and I got to tell you, this feels different. Why? Why? Because we are 2 weeks out from launching our brand new show where we are going to be interviewing some of the greatest influencers in the world to add massive value and help everyone create a new home and a new you. And since every one of you is here tonight, express some sort of curiosity in how in the world could this grateful realtor from New York, how can I sell real estate? How can I do that from New York and sell anywhere in the world? So I'm going to ask you to jump into the comment box and let us know, where are you tuning in from? And if you could have it your way, wave a magic wand. Where would you like to move to? And just so you know, I'm reporting live from Queens, New York, and we have a great message, several messages to share with you today about how we can create a new home and a new you anywhere in the world. And one of my favorite things about this show is that we're here to celebrate your success. And one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here with my co-host Jasmine Yan is that she's literally transformed her life using a side hustle and paid off debt that most people couldn't pay off in a lifetime. Jasmine, can you do me a favor? Can you do us a favor? And for those of you who missed our show 2 weeks ago and want to hop on next week and learn what had me speechless, why am I so stinking proud of you?
Wow. You were speechless when I said that I had about $60,000 of credit card debt, but through my side hustle, I was able to get rid of all that debt within 5 years, starting my shopping consultant business. Some of you might be curious about how being a shopping consultant and a realtor merge, right? Come together. But what's really, important for all of you to know is that we can help you create a new home and a new you. And making that clear that I'm not a realtor, but Erica Rose Siegel is, I'm what you call a business consultant. So with that being said, we merge together to help people create this new face for the new year. Like we said, new home, new you.
Yeah. And what we mean by new home, new you is that we're committed to helping people make your move. Whether it's a physical move, like a new place to live, a financial move, like Jasmine did with paying off significant debt, or a career move, or just like a new emotional home. Like maybe you just got out of something or you're going into something, but you got to get your head straight. This is the place to be. And while I'm getting my head straight, I'm just going to grab an oil. Jasmine, kick it back to you.
Since this week we are talking about real estate and how to make sure we go picking the right realtor anywhere in the world, let's start by asking our grateful realtor. I know, for me, I've known you over 20 years. I love you. I like you. But why you? If you know nothing about a physical location, how can you actually help from outside of the area that you live in and do business on a regular basis?
So this is a great question. And I'm going to start by asking our audience, whether you're watching live or on the replay, or you're in the Zoom audience, this goes out to all of you. And if you're on social, hit live if you're live, hit replay if you're watching on the replay, and let's get started. So here's the thing. If you've ever had a bad realtor, I want you to write the word bad realtor in the chat and on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, wherever this may take you. And really, write bad realtor, because there are bad realtors out there. And Jasmine, I've had a very, very bad experience with a realtor. And that's exactly why I got into real estate 13 plus years ago. Well, there was a few other extra added bonuses, but it hit me so bad because they were terrible. They were unethical. They lied. I remember thinking to myself, how could this be that I paid this person full wages to move me and they were a liar, unethical, and didn't know a thing about the building they put me into. And then within 2 years of launching my real estate career, after the 2008 recession, which is when I started, I became the #1 realtor in an award-winning international real estate brokerage. And I did this. How? By servicing more referrals in and out of town than any other real estate agent or broker in my office. And we had 100+ salespeople. Let me say that one more time, because it took me a long time for me to figure out that I deserve to be here. And I actually did something in 2008 to 2010 that no other realtor was doing. I was servicing people in my office from out of town and from my office to out of town. At the time, it was the United States and Canada. Now I can serve anywhere in the world. And I became #1 in my office out of 100+ realtors. And our brokerage was an award-winning international high producing office. It wasn't some little rinky dink office. And I did that using a formula. So yeah, I went from bad experience to badass realtor. Yeah.
Well, I have to say you won me over. Now with you saying that, right, those statistics I think are really important. But my next question is, what kind of qualifications do you have that would give you validity to help me or anyone out there locally or, not locally in India or Chicago? How can you help them?
Well, another great question. And so I'm curious, who here has ever checked the qualifications of their realtor prior to hiring them? And then maybe thought, whoops, I think I made a mistake. Like maybe you actually check references on Zillow, on realtor.com. There's a slew of websites you could go. And then you thought you qualified your realtor. Let's put the word #qualified realtor in the chat on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. And if you're finding this somewhere else, tell me where you're finding it, because somehow somebody put us there and I want to know where you found it. DM me, let me know. So if you qualified your realtor and then the realtor made a mistake in the process, I want you to put #made a mistake. Again, everywhere you're seeing this, #made a mistake. And you were a little too late in the process. I've gone through that on more than one occasion, both as a team member and as someone who's moved 17 times before I became a realtor. 17. It's a lot of times. So I'm going to share with you briefly about how I do it. And when you're ready to make your move, feel free to connect with me offline. And this example is just so pertinent, but hold on, just wait for it. I need a little tea. I'm really not kidding. So I didn't get enough tea, but hold on. And we're back. Little coffee commercial, a tea break. All right, so picture this. I don't know, I think it was almost 10 years ago. I was in the business maybe two years actually. And my brother gave me a referral. It was his coworker's son. And then his coworker's son started asking me all sorts of questions. What on earth would really make you think that you could help me buy a home in California? Like, you're in New York. I don't get it. And I was always told I had this international real estate firm. So, I mean, I can, because I thought I could, because I was told I could. And then I just took on I can and I will. And then I went to work. And he said, but how? I said, I thought, don't believe me, just watch. I didn't say that though. But I went and I did it. And I actually put out on social media and I put out in a few different Exit Realty local offices, I need a realtor and I'm checking your qualifications. And I asked wherever I posted, I'm looking for a specific realtor in this town of California to do this specific thing. If you think you're qualified, I want you to send me a list of references of people you've sold homes to that meet this specific criteria in the past 12 months. I want their name, their phone number, their property address, or at least their town. And I want to be able to contact them. And I need that list in the next 24 hours. Well, let me tell you, most realtors refused to give me the list. They didn't want to. So I went to the one realtor that did. The one realtor that did owned a brokerage, and I checked the references. And when I checked their references, I was able to really feel like, okay, you live here, you trusted this person, they're going to match with the buyer I'm sending you. You can get the job done. And not only did I do that at the beginning, and then stayed in contact from introduction to past closing. And throughout the process, well, I would check in from time to time. How's it going? I connected this person with a mortgage lender. I connected this person with with a mover. I actually made sure that their experience with their realtor was extraordinary. And not only did I do that, a year later, I met the broker in person after hearing that he was, in fact, extraordinary. And that was the first home I sold, like, out of my area. And when I met him, the first thing he said to me was, I want to meet the owner of your real estate company. And I was like, okay. So he introduced him to my local franchise owner to thank him, congratulate him, and tell him what a great realtor I was, and wanted to know, how did she do this? What did you teach her to do? Because I've never seen anything like this, and her ability to qualify me as a realtor is something I've never seen. I've been in the business for years, and I own a brokerage. How did she, and how, why? Tell me more. And his response, being the top producing broker for all of Exit Realty Corp International, was, I don't know, she just doesn't. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't think about it then. It wasn't until I learned about the opportunity of a stage and a microphone and unblinding people, thanks to Sean Callaghan, the founder of Unblinded, to say, wow, maybe people want to know. Maybe they want to know how I did it. And that's a glimpse of how I did it. And I was never thinking or given the opportunity for a stage and a microphone to share with others how I did it. And yeah, so anywhere in the world, I do just that. And if you want more details about your specific criteria, reach out. We can help you. Trust me.
You know, Erica, I remember you telling me this story before, like over dinner. And, you know, I forgot that is exactly how you did it, right? You know, I know we had one of our favorite viewers and our dear friend, Karen Berman, my lovely roomie from college, who wants to know how you familiarized yourself with the local real estate market in a town that you might not know, including information about the schools, job, downtown areas, where to go eat, the best places, right? How did you do that?
So another fabulous question from another fabulous human. And I'd first like to come back to our viewers, and I'd like to know, for those of you who are watching in our Zoom audience or on Facebook or on the replay, if you've ever had a sucky realtor that didn't know a damn thing about the area that you hired them for, I want you to put hashtag sucky realtor wherever you're seeing this. Hashtag sucky realtor in the chat, on Facebook Live, or on the replay. And then, wait for it. These are great questions, but the secret sauce is I don't know anything about the schools, the market. I don't know anything about the jobs, the downtown areas. I know absolutely nothing because I don't need to. I don't need to know anything about them. I check references. I check to make sure that whoever I'm working with knows about the area that you're looking to buy, sell, rent, or invest in anywhere in the world. And I make sure that they're a good fit for you. You know, people are moving because there's a special circumstance. You know, maybe you're having a baby, or maybe your child is starting elementary school or middle school or something like this, and you want to make sure the schools are close and the commute to the city is easy and there's a gym nearby, or, you know, there's, whatever it is you need to know, what's going on, what matters to you. I find out what matters to you first, then I connect you with a realtor that's going to be a good fit, and I connect you guys, because teamwork makes the dream work. And also, I want people to know that, people go through, unique situations that are really tough, like domestic violence or a breakup, and that's really near and dear to me. So I make sure that if you have a special circumstance, we connect you with a realtor that has a good bedside manner, for lack of a better way to describe it, because some people just aren't patient, they're not loving, they're not as kind as others. And I want to make sure that we help you not just get a new home, but you get a new you. Yeah.
Got it. So you literally created teamwork around the world to fulfill your mission of selling a minimum of 1 million homes in your lifetime, especially to help eradicate domestic violence and ultimately eliminating suffering on the planet. Can we get some love in that chat or on Facebook, YouTube for our grateful realtor? Yes, thank you, Dylan. Thank you. Right?
Love, love, love. Yeah.
And this is why you are so committed to bringing experts so we together can move people physically. Awesome, Amy. Physically, emotionally, financially, and spiritually, and so much more, right? I heard you reference that you want to do whatever it takes for people to leave the baggage and whatever they don't need behind, right? When making their move. I know that you've been serving people in ways that I cannot even imagine. And this is taking a huge toll on you. And we hashtag celebrate your success, our crew, thankfully, we are innovating our series because we know that it takes a village to do what we are all doing.
Yeah, it does take a village. And
So for it, sorry, Erica, I was gonna say just before I forget, I don't want to lose my train of thought. But for the individuals out there, because we know it's a village, please share this video, share the show to your friends, your family, anyone, your neighbors, either via text, email, and social media, because we need this village to continue growing. Right, Erica?
yeah, we do. And when you share it, if I can ask you to hashtag new home, new you, and hashtag celebrate your success, because it is taking a toll. And that's why some people showed up tonight to help alleviate the toll, because I can't possibly sell a minimum of 1 million homes in my lifetime, in your lifetime, without our village and without having, we'll call it first responders, like people that are out there serving, helping the world, and going to add massive value to our community so that the people who need us, whether it's babies, marriage, divorce, downsizing, relocating, get the services they need. So we're innovating our show, and we have two amazing people that are joining our village, and we'd like to welcome them. And they're both here. And one of them is Diane Higby. She's an expert at helping people find freedom by helping them declutter their life, their home, their business, and just she does breakthrough sessions that are beyond your wildest dreams. Trust me, I experienced one and I'm still in awe. And then there's Nicole Tetlock, and I might even be saying her name wrong. We literally connected starting at 5 a.m. on, what is that thing called? Clubhouse, sorry. And then we spoke over the weekend, and she's literally she's a superhero. She's a web designer, she's a web developer, she's a branding business and strategist, author, personal development coach, and they're going to be helping launch our new show at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on January 21st, 2021, where we're going to celebrate your success and the success that you add to our community and how to create new home and a new you. So if you are watching this, you are watching this, obviously, wherever you're seeing this, go ahead and click on the link. I think it's, Jasmine, it's bit.ly. What's our link?
It's bit.ly / or / I always get that confused. Celebrate your success. So Eric can correct me on that.
And put it in the chat, and you can put it on Facebook and comment on the video. That's what Eric does. Eric is our chief magic officer behind the scenes. He interprets Erica's English, and Janet, because when I'm doing so much technology, my brain disappears. So we are now creating, yes, you can register. And don't worry if the link isn't updated for 2 weeks from today with the actual, like, what we're talking about. We're talking about decluttering your home, your mind, and we're talking about rebranding yourself. Two things that, trust you and me, make a world of difference. And in the past few days, just having these people in my world has completely changed my life. And we want to add value to you. So just register for that date, which is the 31st.
It's actually the 31st. Yeah.
31st. Did I say the wrong date? I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay. It was 21st, 31st, but it's the 31st.
31st. Okay, great. Come on the 31st. That's 2 weeks from now. And if you register and you're like, I don't see it yet, it says something else, don't you worry. That will be there. And when you register, you'll also get access to Jasmine's show that's coming up next week. So, and we're not signing off yet, even though, because I know we've got a few questions, but Jasmine, what's going on? What's going on the 24th that people need to tune in for?
Well, we're going to continue with our Celebrate Your Success Sundays at 8 p.m. But what we're going to be really talking about is a sexy way to pay off debt. For me, it was $60,000 worth of credit card debt, but talking about how you can get out of that and make it sexy, So I think that's going to be really important to don't miss show, don't miss episode. So I definitely am excited to see everyone there next Sunday.
And we're really excited for that and for us to co-create this new show with you. So what I want to also leave you guys with before we hit up some questions is that it takes a village. So if you have a gift, if you have a resource, if you have an idea that you want to be featured on our show and you want to help us add value to our crew and be on a mission to help save a minimum of 1 million families from the negative impacts of domestic violence and simultaneously just have a freaking good time because there are also babies, marriage, relocating, like all that goodness, and you want to add to our community, let us know and you can apply for being on one of our shows. And then I want to open it up for a moment or two to any questions we might have. So and Jasmine, is that what we're up to now? Because I know we kind of just really put this whole new show together at the last minute. If you heard some music, it's because literally that is all part of this opportunity. Like, don't stop believing, if you heard that, and there was some other music coming in, and she's back. So Eric, would you be able to tell us, is there any questions in the chat we might have missed? We'll start with questions first.
See, I'm not seeing any.
Okay, you're not seeing any. So, and that's cool because we might have answered them all. Because I know that it started with Karen asking about 6 of them. So if it's okay, I'd like to actually kick it over to Karen quick to make sure I answered her question, because she had it was like 6 of them, which were valid concerns. I've known her for 20 plus years. And she's like, but how do you do it? And then I was like, what do you mean? I was literally like so confused that a friend would ask me like, I just do it, like, seriously? And then I realized she loves me enough to ask me the questions so that I could add value to the world. Because I'm thinking it's a no-brainer. How do I do it? Obviously, you trust me, just send me your business. No, it's not that obvious. And I want to check in with Karen to make sure that Treg is a real estate owner. I don't know what that means. So Brian, I'm gonna take it over to Karen, and Brian will handle that. I don't understand that question.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Go for it.
Okay, good. I'm not really good with this Zoom thing, but yeah, no, I was just had all those questions, and you did a great job answering them. I wanted to know what would give. My son wants to say hi to everybody. Hi. What would make you so qualified to help people all over the country, all over the world, find a place that they can call home, and you might not even have visited that place in the past, and all your resources coming together, finding a team of people who could help. I think that's great. And it helps people. It creates trust. So people trust you to find someone who could assist them. And by just doing research in the area, in terms of schools, businesses, general markets, or shopping, it's hard to find somebody. And you've proven yourself time and time again that, you're the go-to person. So I think you did a good job of answering and creating more ways to assist people.
Thank you.
Oh, sure.
Thank you for asking the questions. I just want you to understand, Karen, that you, in that moment when you called me, and then I was like very stressed, because folks, you might not understand, like, just so we're clear, I'm a resource for so many things for people right now. People are upset, they're stressed out, they're suffering in their home, they're depressed, they don't have a job, they're going through domestic violence, they're just, and I'm like, I can't breathe. Like, this is not the shirt I plan to wear for the show, just so we're clear. I never got a chance to change it. I did take a shower, but I just was like, we're going live. Like, we're here. I don't have makeup on. Like, it's all good. So, but we're here to serve. So Karen, I just, from the bottom of my heart, for you to take the time to ask those questions, type them up. so that I could add, we answered every single one, you know, with you in mind. And
Thank
then
you.
you're well, thank you for your trust, because I know that I've known you for 20 plus years, and I know you know the commitment I have to the world, and that Jasmine and I now have to the world. And we just,
Yeah,
we're lucky to have you as part of our crew.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I know that I'm going to answer this, what I think the answer is. And if it's not the answer that Brian's asking for, because I think he's doing more than one thing at the same time, that he's just shaking his head. I'm confused. So I'm going to answer, what is the most important number to track as a real estate owner? So I don't specifically know. I get you were trying to refine the question. So what I'm going to tell you, Brian, is refine it. And if we have a moment, we'll answer you here. If now, then what I'll do is I can answer that offline, but refine the question so I can answer the question. Because if we don't have the question, it's just like throwing darts at a dartboard. And I want to help minimum of 1 million people in my lifetime, families. And if I don't know what you need, I can't give you what you need. Is that clear?
As a real estate owner, or real estate, or as a homeowner, or as a realtor?
So Zara, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have Brian reword his question just to honor the time and get what he needs, because he's going to put it in the chat and then we'll handle it either now or offline, because I'm going to ask guys going forward. I love the questions, but I want you to think them through and then put them out so that this way we can handle it. So we're decluttering what's going on in here, right, Diane? She could possibly get that, and I'm sure that there's some insight that I could grow here. And Nicole's probably taking notes. What's amazing is Nicole is like going to help us rebrand. So she's sitting there with her notepad, being like, "Here's what she could do better, and here's where I think she could grow, and here's the awesomeness." And I'm so excited about that. So
you're absolutely right.
I love it, and I'm really excited about it because we're growing. So is there anyone else that had a specific question based on the topic for today, which I want to make sure that at the end of the show, you're able to say, hey, I would actually trust you and feel comfortable doing business with you anywhere in the world for real estate. That's really what my outcome was from this show. So I want to know if there's any other questions that might be left hanging, so we can either answer them now or answer them later. So is there someone else that wanted to either pop a question in the chat that maybe I didn't answer yet? Oh my gosh, does that mean all of you are going to call me tomorrow with real estate referrals? Well, in that case, I mean, I'm going to give you my phone number. I won't forget about that. Like, and just as a side note, I want to actually sell a minimum of help 10 families in the next 30 days. 10 families in the next 30 days. Big deal. It's a big order. I know Karen's like, that's a lot. She's on mute. I saw her. That's a lot. 10 families in the next 30 days. That's 3 families. 1 family every 3 days. Yeah. So I can't do that alone. I need your help. It takes a village. So if there's anything you have a doubt, you're concerned, you got a question, how could you do, what could you do, why could you do, or the greatest gift you could give me is go through your phone book. Why? Because when you go through your phone book and you start calling people and you ask, how are you? No, how are you really? Like, how's it going? You might find out, I'm really stressed out with work. I'm really stressed out with work right now, and I'm afraid I'm going to lose my job. Or you know what? I can't stop fighting with my mother, my father, my significant other. I need to get out. Or, you know, we're having a baby. I don't know if we could do this in this household, but I'm scared about the pandemic. I'm scared that I could move and be safe. How could you help me? Or I love my job, but I'm ready to pull my hair out because everybody's working from home. We're homeschooling, home working, home teaching, home exercising. Home, sweet home is no longer sweet. So we need help. And do you think, Erica, that in India, Indianapolis, I don't know, Indonesia, could you really help us over there so that we could actually bring some peace, some joy, and create a new home and a new us? new opportunities. I have a girlfriend, a client just relocated to Florida just because she knew that being here, she couldn't do everything she wanted to do. So she picked up and left. And I'm grateful that she did that so she could have some happiness in her home. So,
Well, I was gonna say we can do some questions offline, but thank you, for time integrity. Let's close out our show. So thank you, Erica. This is Jasmine Yan, your super savvy shopper, signing off for now, but we're not signing off forever. So see you next Sunday on January 24th at 8 p.m. for our Celebrate Your Success Sunday series, where we share all things you don't know that you need to know about shopping and real estate. Like I said, our topic we'll be discussing next Sunday is a sexy way to pay off your debt. So it's a definite don't miss show. So we should all see you there. Thank you, guys.
thank you.